Wall Street is now online, baby. That's right. Visit the GW District. Shop the very best in men's and women's apparel and accessories, home decor, office supplies, books, pantry items, and so much more. The GW District is a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media. We're both veteran and Black-owned, and we're bringing you the best online shopping experience with products made by small businesses. Come and experience the GW District difference today at shopgwdistrict.com. That's shopgwdistrict.com. The GW District, a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Hello.
Well, hello.
How you doing? Look, do not feel bad because trust me, it's a lot to deal with these time zones, baby. God.
Every single day it's like that. Like, what time was it? Where am I supposed to be? Did I leave the oven on? All of it.
No, so you're the first one that actually got that it wasn't me that got the time mixed up. It was you. Because you could normally, no, actually in a good way, because we're doing this show an hour early, people. So we're supposed to be at 9 p.m. But she was ready an hour early. Now, anybody else, it'll be like, it's me that might be ready an hour early, and they're like, no, I'm not ready yet.
On the bright side, we're both ready. You got the kettle on. I'm rip-roaring, ready to go. Let's do this.
Most definitely. And next time I get your butt on here, we're going to open up the camera. See, I meant to talk to you about doing video, but like
Absolutely.
I said, you know what I'm saying? But I like to give people a heads up before we do all that and everything. So, hello, people. And this is a special smoke episode. So, as you know, I usually drop them on Mondays. And I'm not going to go with my special smokes. I said, I'm not going to go through the long introductions anymore. Y'all know what it is. Sponsored by lsworld.com. Sponsored by eroticismmagazine.com and sponsored by excitebunny.com. I'm your host, Cameron Robertson Champ. Y'all know what it is. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/rapstar. Proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. Go to Shop GW District. Buy products from over 500 Black-owned retailers and shop. Also check me out on Skyhawk After Dark TV as well as the BGP LLC app. And I am here with friend of the show and pod mommy. That's right, she's one of the pod mommies, and a very sexy one too. I'm talking about the one and only Pixie.
When you say pod mommy, it sounds even dirtier than that sounds dirt. The pod mommy.
See, I got it from another podcast because she kept, calling all her, female podcasting friends pod mommies. So I was like, well, I kind of like that. Yeah. So, so I guess I could be somebody's pod daddy.
Absolutely. When you've been in the business like we have, you kind of step into the role, don't you?
I kind of got to out this piece. Because like I said, even from podcasting and in the worlds that we come to, we all wear a mask in some way, shape, form, or fashion in order to see our money and make our money. So, and everything. So, how have you been? Because I know the last time we had talked, you was in the middle of doing your Pixie project, where you was collabing with other podcasters. Since then, I've been seeing you on Spaces, giving advice to the podcasters and talking to other podcasters. How's that been going? Tell us more about it.
That's been going really well. The discussion that we talked about, you came into one of my spaces, and we wanted to kind of like collaborate and help other fledgling podcasters that are in the spicy realm kind of get a little bit of help, because we don't see that kind of help out there. For those of your listeners that didn't catch my last episode with you, I have a podcast that's all about the spicy adult entertainment nightlife, where me and my co-host, Mr. J, for Next on Stage 1, we talk about these kind of things. And we're both retired strippers, even though I'm no longer retired.
Oh, so the picture that I saw with you in the black with the thigh highs, that was recent.
No, that is not recent.
But
That's 4 years ago. Yeah.
good night. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could have got all my money. But wait, hold on. You just ain't gonna sit there and say you was retired and you just go, what brought you back?
Oh, money, the perpetual, I gotta pay bills. Sometimes the hustle never ends, I tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So,
my
yeah.
goodness. So
I'm
how
back.
it feels to be back in the club,
Well, I hate it. The the young generations, they don't hustle like they should. They don't put forth an effort. It's not customer service. It's not what can I do for you? It's all show me the money. Yes, a lot of it is show me the money, but there's a bit of service you have to provide for customers to really understand who you are and to keep coming back. And
yeah, because I had this very heated debate. It wasn't an argument, debate with my man. Shouts out to fellow pod STO pod family member that Strokes. I was talking about the younger generation, how they move. And it was stemmed from me hitting up a lady about being on the podcast, and she goes from I'm trying to talk to her about podcasts. She's trying to get me to subscribe to her OnlyFans. Yeah, and I'm like, you need to know the customer you're speaking to, because, which goes back to that customer service. If I'm hitting you about a podcast, I'm not interested in buying anything. So it's kind of
time. At this time. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's disingenuous for you to try to use me hitting you up to give you exposure.
Right.
To try to get money out of me, period. Plus, being a porn star myself, I'm of this league, and I do this even with podcasters. If you ain't gonna go purchase something out my damn store, why would I go purchase something out yours?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it seems like this generation, they don't understand customer service. They don't understand how to talk to the customer, how to handle customers. And they expect, and it's kind of like an entitlement, is you supposed to give me the fucking money. I'm not supposed to work for it.
Right. This business doesn't run without me, sweetheart. I have to tell you, there's another pussy waiting, and there's another dick waiting around the door. So you better make sure that you stand out above the crowd, that you understand who you're giving your stuff to. Who's your target audience? If you've got a fans only and you've got nothing but feet and toe pictures, you're not going to try and market that to somebody who likes who has a food fetish.
Yeah.
You have to know who you're targeting, and not everybody's going to be into what you're producing. So you got to know what you're doing. And if you don't, you're going to miss out on a lot of good connections because you were too busy wondering where the money's at.
Yeah, because he was saying, well, you got to understand they young, they new in the game. I said, dude, that's the equivalent of these rappers out here talking about I'm in a bad contract. And you done heard rappers talk about contracts. It's too much information out here for you not to know. Whether you're a content creator, whether you're a stripper, whether you an escort, there's too much stuff out here, for you to not learn the business, understand the business, understand how it works. Hell, you got podcasts like me and yours that basically breaks it down to these people.
Oh yeah.
To the bone of the matter, the skeleton. So I said, no, there ain't no such thing as victims. And when it comes to getting in this business, because you kind of know what you're walking into. And he told me, he was like, well, I didn't know what I was walking into. No, dude, you knew you was walking into doing fucking porn. You knew you was walking into fucking on camera. You may not know the experience of fucking on camera, but you knew you getting your ass on camera. So no.
Right. There's not a casting couch for no reason. Like, you know that there's going to you're going to have to do a little performing before you get those big breaks. And sometimes you're going to have to do a lot of stupid shit that you don't want to do. You're going to have to learn how to edit. You're going to have to learn how to do your makeup properly. You're going to have to talk to people before you even get your foot through the door. And if you just go, how much? Cool. Once you start talking to people who have been in the business, it might turn you off from some of the business that you could potentially be doing because you're asking how much money you're going to be making. Yeah, there is a time and a place for that.
Because I remember I used to throw parties, right? And the biggest money maker was this girl by the name of Creamy. Well, for some of y'all fans that seen some of my porn, Creamy the MILF. And she was older. She was like in my age bracket. And she'll come in and turn the party out and make the most money. And the girls couldn't understand why she was making so much money. I said, look at her. She's entertaining them.
She's having fun.
She's having fun. She's talking to them. She ain't worried about asking them for money because her talk game is talking the money out of their pockets.
Oh, yeah. It's about the long game.
Yeah. It's kind of like, because even to the point, especially working the club, you want to have regulars. You won't have guys that come in, they know you, they come to you. That's always been the case in any strip club, even strip clubs I used to frequent. It was girls that I beeline to when I walked up in there. Because I'm like, yeah, where Candy Cane at? she working tonight.
It's Friday night. I'm going to have fun. These are my girls. And I might even take a chance on a new one, especially if somebody brings somebody over. It's the same thing. You want to build a reputation of positivity, of being able to work with other people. A lot of people, they forget that if you're a bitch and you have a reputation of a bitch, you better be bringing your fucking A game. You better be the hottest, like just banging bitch out of everybody for you to still get gigs, because you could just be a pretty girl and still make money. You could be an ugly girl and make a lot of money.
Man,
I've seen some hustling strippers that's what their game is. Their game is to be that shoulder to cry on, the person to talk to, the person that sits with you even if you don't have any money. Like, I've seen some girls just work so hard that they outwork a beautiful stripper, a beautiful podcaster. I've just seen people who know the place and the time for everything, and those are the kind of people that other people look towards because they're real go-getters and they're willing to work and they're willing to put line over and over again, and they probably don't complain about a lot of things. Nobody wants to sit with a complainer.
Oh no. Now the only way you can get away with being a mean bitch is if you're doing some dominatrix shit, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah. At that point, you better be on your game with being a dominatrix.
So do you get on stage now, or you just doing lap dances?
Oh, I'm getting on stage. Yeah, I'm getting on stage.
Oh my gosh, she does a routine and everything.
I do. I still have my shoes. I got a new pair. Like I still have my dancer bag. I still have my makeup. I still talk to people. When I came back as a dancer, and then I came back to being a waitress as well. And so now the money never stops. The bills never stop. I still have to hustle. I still have to have my side game. I still have to know how to talk to people. But now I have to know how to talk to the younger generation that I'm old enough to be their mother. Yeah.
And see, too, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Now, I could be wrong, which I don't think. I guess when you came in there, you probably like the elder statesman out the girls for the most part.
Oh, I'm old.
Yeah, but I bet all the guys come holler at you with a quickness though.
Well, yeah, because they know me. They know me. there's hugs, there's embracing, there's like, oh shit, there's Pixie, you're drinking tonight, right? Pixie, don't leave me alone. Pixie, who was that? You know, it's a familiarity that people come into the club, and knowing that somebody like me is going to be on staff, the whole room lights up, because I'll go in the back room and I'll tell the girls, get off your phones, let's go make some money. And the girls get excited and the customers get excited. And then we just have this great like energy that's been poured back into the room with everybody just having a great time. It's so much fun. Ugh, I miss it. I miss it. Yes. And sometimes I'll put like a blazer on, like I'm podcasting or something in there.
Yeah.
And as a waitress, I'll walk up to people and be like, you guys doing okay? And they're like, absolutely. Are we in trouble? And I'm like, no. And they're like, well, you look like you're the manager in the strip club. I was like, oh.
And plus, you got the big ass boobs, so she got the blaze and the tit and the clean on the face.
Absolutely.
Like, if we are in trouble, I hope we're in trouble the way you looking.
Well, yeah, it's a different atmosphere when you can bring yourself to a club or to the content that you're bringing, or, you know, you've got to stand out in a way that people recognize who you are. There is thousands upon thousands of fans only girls out there, and they are doing the same stuff. They are posting on the bed, they're sticking their tongue out, they got their tits out, they're playing with their vaginas. They're doing the same thing. So what can you do to stand out? Yeah. Well, one thing you can do is to make sure you're really honing into your customers. What do they want? What services can you provide? Can you answer your DMs fast enough to make sure that they know that they're respected, that their money means something? What can you do? Can you send out a personal message? Can you add a video welcoming people to your page? Can you really go out above and beyond just basic posting? Can you make sure your background looks nice? Can you make sure that you invested in yourself? Getting your nails done, having good outfits, having clear lighting. These are all very important things that some girls think it's easy. They think that they can just grab their camera and take whatever pictures and they're just going to make all kinds of money. It takes more than that.
Oh, yeah. Which is interesting because nice segue, because we were talking about people working on social media, working their social media magic in our environment for Spicy Entertainment. And the thing that you speak to, because I sit there and thought about it and say, okay, we about to have this conversation about this. Ladies don't understand the power of the pinup. And a lot of ladies wonder, well, how do I be able to post the power? People forgot about web flyers and they forgot about pinup, the professional picture. And taking, you know, professional pics. You know what I'm saying? The reason why I say that, because that kind of helps with your advertising with social media, because 9 out of 10, your first bunch of pictures that you take within that set is not going to be nude.
No, it's not. It's going to be headshots. It's going to be lovely locations. And those kind of things you can really send out. You can send those out to magazines. You can send those out to people you want to work with. You always want to have a current headshot within 6 months. If you change your hair, you take a new headshot. If you get a new modification, like a piercing or a tattoo, get a new headshot. Always be adding to your portfolio, because that's what you're doing, is you're building a portfolio. And it sounds kind of expensive, but you can do collaborations. This is one of the things. Collaborate with people, especially photographers. They're always going to look for somebody that is going to be beautiful. This goes for guys and girls.
Photographers always try to build their portfolio to get work.
Always. Yeah. And that's, that's a cheap way to get your portfolio updated, is to work with other people.
Yeah.
And don't just do it inside your bedroom. Go out to a new location. Go try something different. There's a let's say there's a Broncos game. That's a real place that you can go get your picture taken, that your local fan base is absolutely going to love to see you in there. Oh, she's a real person. Oh, he's a real person going out into a real situation.
Yeah, it can be something. You just in the restaurant, you went to go eat. You should tell your boyfriend, just take a picture of me real quick.
Sure.
Because the point being is, we have to sell ourselves. It's no longer selling the image. It's how can I put this? You're selling the realistic fantasy. So It's no longer you selling the image, you're selling yourself. And a lot of ladies don't understand that. So just like what you were saying with everybody doing the same thing, when you look at if you have a Twitter feed like mine, and sometimes it's too early in the goddamn morning to be seeing pussy. But they're doing the pussy pics, the dildo. They showing the toes. Of course, they're showing the dick suck. But they're not giving you. But when you see their picture, when there's no action, you get to see what they look like, what have you. It's a selfie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, when you see a professional picture, it makes a person stop. It just psychologically makes you stop when you see it has great lighting or like you might be, excuse me, in Denver at a public pool. They think your ass in Hawaii by the way it looks. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, to me, I was always taught if you wanted to make the Playboy, you got to send them Playboyish pictures. And to me, with professional pictures, professional looking stuff, it also changes the mood in the room because it makes them look at you as a professional. Thus, it makes them feel good about spending their money because I'm spending my money with somebody that looks the part. You know, it's part of that. It's that song back in the day that Mims had, "This Is Why I'm Hot." He told you he was hot and that shit went platinum.
Right.
You feel me? So when you give me a professional picture, you basically tell me that you're hot, which in turn makes me want to see more of you versus just the average selfie or what have you. You feel where I'm coming from?
Also, when you bring a professional photo, it makes people respect you more. It's kind of like you have to spend money to make money, but you can do it on a budget. You can do it in a way that really highlights who you are. Having a professional photo, when you go on to something like this podcast, you can really go and there's your headshot. There's something professional. Not everybody's going to be able to share the pussy picture, right? They're just not going to share that headshot. It's not going to be widely shared. So you have to have multiple different things for your page. With something like Twitter, I have a professional headshot. I now have a professional headshot. I now have my bio set up. I have my links added to it. It looks very professional because I wanted to be treated like a professional. I don't want to be treated like, oh, she's just a dancer. No, I'm way more than that.
You're an entertainer.
Exactly. And so are these nightlife entertainers. We are so much more than that. And what you and I, we're trying to do is we're just trying to get it through their thick skulls, is that they have to produce and be better than what they think they are. And it's not, we're not blowing smoke up your ass. We're just telling you, bring your fucking A game. Bring it every single day. Show up. Don't give away the cow for free. Have a little bit to tease and do some customer service.
Now, peep this. This is an example of what I mean when it comes to professional pics, what have you. All right. Females, think of this. You might have opportunity to get into a magazine or, okay, you on my podcast. Now, my podcast, I use the girl's picture as the cover. You know the most worst thing in the world is that she ain't got nan lick of a professional picture because I want my covers to look magazine-ish to a certain extent. It's just, I just don't pick the picture. I pick the picture that looks magazine-ish, looks hot, look like it could be a cover, period. From my days of doing porn with DVD covers, but that's a totally different story for another day. And there's nothing disheartening when I go through your shit and all I'm seeing is selfies. All I'm seeing is dick suck pictures. You ain't got nothing.
Be multi-diverse here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Period. I mean, I can't put a dick suck picture on Spotify. Jesus. Period. Or even, like I said, they just really just got selfies and selfies and selfies and selfies. And it's kind of like, okay, at some point, you need to step your game up.
Right.
And I was talking about a show on one of my shows. I said, prepping to level up. And what I was explaining is when you get to a certain level, you have to stay at that level. You can't go below it once you hit it. The reason why, because one, the next level is watching. So if they see you go backwards, it may not help you because one, your energy is going backwards, and two, they're going to feel you hustling backwards, so they may not want to hand out and help. You feel where I'm coming from? Because especially in the space that we in, we can run into sponsors, we can advertisers, you know the drill.
Yeah, you could be the face of a brand.
Yeah.
And you really, because there's so many different avenues for adult workers to make money. It doesn't just stop at being part of a video or on a podcast. There are so many different sponsor avenues that you can get into if you market yourself, because now you are the face and the brand of your fans only. You are the entertainer. You are the product. So you want to really bring that out and give people the opportunity, one, to get to know you, to know that you're real, to know that you're going to stay around for the long term. This is not a get in and get out kind of thing. This is something that people have made their whole careers on, and it's not easy. And it's never going to be easy. It just looks easy because some of us, we've put a lot of time and effort into it to making it look easy.
But see, that is the, how can I put this? God, what I'm trying to say. That's the foreground stuff. Because what people don't realize is that anything looks easy. It's like when I sit here and listen to like the other podcasters, and you see them, they're going to Mexico, they're going here, they're going there, everywhere, what have you. You got to think of the work they have to put in to be able to maintain that lifestyle to begin with. Period. I mean, you don't get treated. Some people fake it till they make it, but still, the work that they have to put into faking it to making it. So it's kind of like people love seeing the finish line, but they don't want to watch the race.
Right.
If you get my drift. And one of the biggest genres that people think is easy money is our genre.
Right. Because, all the time. Every time. They're like, oh, I'm just going to quit my 9-to-5 job and I'm just going to go post feet pictures and I'm going to make all this money. Sell farts in a jar. Make all kinds of money. It doesn't work like that. Yeah,
because even to the point, like, when people don't realize, like, for example, face sitting is an actual fetish. It's a straight up fetish. And when you see the girl butt naked just rubbing her coochie in the man's face, that's not the actual fetish.
No. I want to put my butt on somebody so hard that they pass out or flatline.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's basically covering. They ain't even wearing thongs, motherfucker. They wearing jeans and shit. So you got
squishing until there's mushing.
Period. No, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. The dick rating. I was like, okay, I got to give props to the female that came up with that. She got tired of us listing dicks in her DM and said, you know something? Pay me $5, I'll rate the piece of shit.
Exactly. Now, $10 if you want me to be nice. $5 if you want me to be. If you just want a nasty one, $5. But if you want me to be nice about your dick, you're gonna pay me more.
Because some of them dicks don't look nice.
No, they don't. And you want us to be nice to you? No, absolutely not. But that right there is customer service.
Yeah.
That being able to rate somebody's dick and be able to put in time and effort and give somebody what they're looking for. That is a piece of customer service that some girls, they miss out on. And there's a lot of things. It comes down to marketing. It comes down to who you are as an individual. And then another piece we didn't really talk about, collaboration. Collaboration is huge.
Yes.
We as independent, workers, we need to be able to talk and work with one another and be able to, get down and dirty, basically, in a way that helps one another. And it's not just about the money, because if you can work well with another worker, you can make some really beautiful pictures, videos, content that things that people are going to want to see you work more with that person. You can refer that person, they can refer you. And if you start building your brand as somebody that is easy to work with, that's going to say more about you than the one that's just being a cunt.
Yeah, because honestly, like even with me, I like, work with other podcasters, because one, you want to work with people that's in your industry and collaborate with them, because everybody has a fan base. Everybody has a genre that, like, for example, you might work with you might have a female that do erotic, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I interviewed somebody with erotic poetry. Her fan base is gonna be a little different than mine, but I'm introducing her to my fan base and vice versa. It's kind of like, even with me, I feel I'm talking to a big timer here. This female is ranked in Feed Spot and and the whole nine, what I'm saying, period. It's kind of like you got to network, because it helps you advance, and it also helps put you in circles that you may not otherwise be able to get into.
Exactly. Sometimes there's a lot of gatekeepers out there. There's a lot of people that love their nice little niche little circle, and they don't want any newcomers. Well, those people, the gatekeeping is kind of bad, but it also makes sure that there is quality control, because that the independent amateur porn, it's kind of rampant, and that kind of
it used to be that way.
It used to be that way. Yeah. It used to be in even amateur porn that you would edit out a lot of stuff in the background. You would have to.
But not only that, it was because ladies had to come through a producer. You just the way how can I put this? It's kind of was like I guess like stripping to a certain extent. You kind of got to be groomed in almost. It ain't just you had to just walk in on stage. You get it. It's you being around the older strippers or the girls that been doing it, and they kind of putting you up on game. That's what it was. That was the producer's job back then, was to put her up on game, to get her prepped to go out to Hollywood, because that was the goal for these girls, was to get the paid gigs. We were the intermediates of that. And because our reputation was on the line, I can't just use you for example. I can't send Pexy to West Coast Productions and she ain't prepped on how to work on camera.
Right.
Period.
We get some people that once they get in front, either up on stage, or they get in front of the camera, or they turn on their microphone, they button up, and they just don't know how to navigate that space. So you have to. It makes it easier when you can collaborate, when you can work with people, when you can find somebody that's not going to put you in an uncompromising position that you can learn and grow with. So a lot of the time, you'd have to find an agency that's willing to work with you. In the beginning, it feels like you're bottom of the barrel, but you are, because there's a lot of things you have to learn. You have to learn how to look into the camera. You have to learn how your body works when you're taking pictures. and it's very important. And you don't just automatically get thrown into the spotlight. Like, well, you know, we got a couple of Kardashians that had terrible fucking videos. Those are the worst fucking videos, but now they're stars.
Yeah.
That would have never happened if we weren't a viral fucking society as we are right now.
Yeah, because it's crazy because a lot of because even with the conversation I had with my man, I was like, you know, it's certain people that brought the hastening of porn changing. Mm-hmm. Other than the usual natural succession, which would probably be what? Technology. Technology is going to change porn regardless. Even to when I used to watch what was it, Boogie Nights, it kind of touched on that when you saw they went from actual film rolls to VHS tapes. That's right, people. Yes, they used to film on VHS tapes.
Yes, they did. And then those mini CDs. Do you remember those? Yeah.
Damn, the Handycam.
Yeah. Handycam.
Ooh, boy, I used to have all them. So, but also, like with Kim Kardashian and them, it ushered in the fan porn, amateur porn for real.
Right.
Because, like, the closer you would have to amateur porn was like the company Homegrown. Amateurs where you had to submit your video. You had to be a straight up amateur. You ain't never did no porn. If they like it, they'll buy the shit. So you had to, even with that, you had to come with some professional looking shit.
Yeah, you had to have an angle. You had to have like sexy housewife gets banged by neighbor. You know, you had to come up with a story that told the story in your amateur porn. It couldn't just be you just fucking your husband. You had to tell a story in this amateur porn for somebody to be able to buy it, because most of the time that's all it was you fucking your husband.
I mean, for the most part, to be honest with you, because I mean, even with some of the story like they came up with back in the day, which was interesting. I mean, like, what was one of the first porns you watched that you can remember the name and everything?
Oh, I can't remember. It would have been in the 90s.
I know mine, because I can't help it. It's Young Lady Chadley. 1, 2, and 3, guys. That's the first porn series I ever seen. Yes.
Yeah.
Snacks After Dark. Go ahead.
No, it's that we've come so far, and yet now that we've pushed it to the point of laziness in the craft that we're doing, that it feels like there is an opportunity to really push forward and make yourself a star. And it can be just a micro star. You can push yourself in a way that not only helps you make money, but helps people around you. And you can make sure that your marketing is on point, that your lighting is on point, that you hone your craft, that you are the best fans only that you can provide, or porn star or stripper, whatever it is. There's a lot of room to make yourself better when it comes to what you want to produce. And
plus, people don't realize people respect grind. So if you take them on a journey and they see you grow within that journey, it's no different than like with Beyonce. People fell in love with her because they saw where she came from and they saw where she was going, and they followed her on the journey. And they saw a progression that went upward, you know, period. No one follows a star going down. They follow them going up. Well, and sometimes a lot of girls don't get that. I mean, they follow them going down it depends on how bad is the train wreck. You feel what I'm saying? If it's a good train wreck and there's a lot of fucking drama out this bitch, then it's kind of cool.
Right.
And comedy.
It is. We want to see each other, and we want to see people come up and show the best parts of themselves. And if you don't know how to do that, or you need a little bit of help, reach out, invest in yourself, take a couple of classes, do some public speaking, maybe some acting classes. there are a lot of things that you can do to really hone your game.
Yeah.
And
but you got to be willing to do it.
You got to be willing to do it. You got to be willing to put that time and effort into yourself, into what you're doing. And it can just be as simple as returning a DM, as saying thank you, as going at step to what you're doing before you ask them for their money. If you get the opportunity to be on a podcast, don't be like, okay, I'm writing a book.
Mm-hmm.
You want to lead them on a journey, get to know you more, and then hit them with the uppercut. It's gotta be like jab, jab, uppercut. You gotta get in there, and there's gonna be a lot of grind. There's gonna be a lot of hard work, and realistically, it's gonna suck because this industry, people every single day. But it could be worse. You could be sitting at a desk doing a 9 to 5 and having the life sucked out of you instead of you sucking the life out of a dick.
Yes, Lord. Speaking about sucking dicks. So I'm about to ask you some good stuff. All right.
I'm ready.
So when you on stage, how horny you get and how wet you get from dancing?
I do or wet thing. Power move. It is all eyes on me. It's all. It's hosting a TED Talk. If I could put it on that stage where I'm up there and I'm navigating in such a way that it's powerful and it's moving, and I don't get off on it, but I feel so powerful, and I'm able to really express myself in a way that's artistic yet powerful. I'm very powerful up on stage, very dominating. It's not like manly moves. It's more like you are going to watch me this whole time, and you're not going to be able to look away. How much power over you that I have.
Yeah, because you the center of attention.
Yes.
Yes. It's kind of like they say, I have a mic and you have to listen to me.
Yes, and the only way to get away from me is not to be there and not to listen. Because if it's the case, I usually have all eyes on me. Because that's how dominating I am on stage. So it's not sexually gratification that I'm looking for. It's attention that I'm looking for. So it's different. It really is. And I enjoy every single minute of it.
Okay. So how important is pussy eating when it comes to sex?
Probably about 20%. It's not high. Yeah, it's not high. I'm like a classic car, so I like to be. You have to do things in sort of a succession, and you got to move around, and it can't be the same. I can't have you just go from A to Z. I have to have you go A, B, C. I have to have you go and move in such a direction. Like if you're trying to start an old Model T, you got to crank it. You got to whisper sweet nothings on the dashboard.
Yeah, you got to woo. You got to woo.
You got to woo me. Yeah. So the pussy eating is it's in there. It's in the mix. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. I a man like myself, I got to kiss and eat pussy too. I got to kiss both lips. I can't miss both lips because to me, it's kind of the revving up the engine for a woman. Yeah. And if you do it very well, she'll be very revved up. And that blowjob in return, or I call it a receipt, is going to be very good. So I'm actually. Do you eat ass?
No.
She said, "Hell no." I said no.
But I also don't ask for that either. So it's kind of an even playing field.
It's done though.
It's I wouldn't do something that I wouldn't ask for something that I wouldn't do myself. So if you're willing to go down on me, I'm willing to go down on you, and it's got to be a good time, and it's got to be reciprocal on all fronts.
Okay. So, would you ever do a gangbang?
No. My gangbang days are over.
Wait. What?
No, I've never. No, I've never.
Before, have you?
No, I've never done one. But I'm very selfish with my toys. I don't share, and I'm not really one to multiple. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said one dick is fine for me. One dick is fine.
Yeah. Hours, but one dick. Yes.
Yeah, because me, I can't be in a gangbang because someone asked me would I ever participate when I said no because I don't like fighting over pussy. Because I'm sorry, I don't want to be that dude sitting there jerking off waiting for my turn.
Right,
yeah, because it's different if okay, she got enough. How can I put this? Like, if I can get a hand, I'm good. But if I'm just over there in the corner just jerking off waiting for my turn, no.
Yeah,
no. And because I'm sorry, I don't want to be, because it's to the point, like, when I talk to people about when we do shoots like doing conventions, like pacing yourself and you kind of want to shoot the female where you the first one of the day, or at least number 2, because you don't want to be the third one down, because some of these females run into some huge ass dicks or what have you. Speaking about dicks, which do you prefer? Do you prefer big, medium? Do you prefer? Put it this way. What's the smallest you prefer?
Probably about 6 inches is the smallest I prefer. I don't mind if they're long and skinny, but if they're short and small, I'm not into that. I like it when the belly button the dick touches the belly button. That's a preference of mine, but not everybody is equipped for that. If you're
I'm about to say, if he's curved, goddamn, that's it.
It is always a bonus if there's something going on down there. And if you're not well endowed, make sure you work on your game with your mouth or your hands. Make sure that you're willing to put in the time of the foreplay. Just drilling and done. So yeah.
Well, I mean, even with big dicks, is you still got to know how to work it. Because
if it's too big and it's like a hog, like a baby's arm holding an apple, and you don't know, it's just like a waste of dick. Yeah, that's no good either. So I'm gonna say
waste of dick.
So I'm gonna say a moderate monster, somebody who is just confident enough. What are you? Yeah, just confident enough in their skills. So
he just got to know how to. He just got to know how to stir it like coffee. That's all.
That's right. Motion of the ocean, right?
Yeah, because unless you got one of the big dicks where he can just stop and let you work it,
right. Well, okay.
I love watching a girl work it. I just stop and let her handle her business. It tells me a lot about a woman.
She knows what she likes and she's gonna get it. Don't worry. She's perfectly capable.
Because I believe because you're a dancer, I can imagine doggy style, and I can imagine you riding because you probably know how to move that booty. And
it's always a good time, and when you get two people together that are willing to listen to one another, it works. It's not it's really hard when you're doing like video in front of somebody with somebody new and you're trying to listen to that other person because sometimes there are just certain shots that you have to get, and it's really hard when it's sometimes it can be non-pleasurable, especially if there's not chemistry between two people.
But not only that, if on the porn side of things, when we filming, because the angles that we have to get on camera, some of that shit is not very comfortable. It's even on the man side, because it's kind of like, it's like you got to be able to angle your body, but yet still be able to keep the dick in the coochie while you're angling.
Right. And if it's under 6 inches, it might fall out.
Oh my goodness! But see, that's why they don't have too many 6-inch dudes. As the average porn dick has to be 9, a strong 9 actually. Period. And with some thickness, because you can't be a pencil 9, because it's the contrast of big dick in the pussy. I'm sorry, we wanted to see some stretching.
Yeah, you want to see some tearing up.
Yeah, no doubt. So, trying to see what else I can ask you. So,
I just
are you into
all of your
girls?
questions.
Are you into girls?
No. I did my my adventure time in my early 20s, and I quickly realized that it wasn't the avenue for me. I can talk a good game, and I'm very lively on camera, but when my own personal preference, no. But a lot of the
wait a second. You done something on camera?
I've done a lot of. Oh shit! Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I used to be an amateur. I know.
It'd be funny that I just seen some of your stuff. But anyway,
you can't find it now. Trust me. I went and looked.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
No, because I'm very surprised that you haven't been approached. Because for a guy to be in the business, I know money when I see it if a person did it. And trust me, you would kill it.
It was one of those things that because I decided to be a stripper instead of a porn star, and that I decided to go in a different direction. I think that's when you start marketing yourself in a way, you'll see you kind of get typecast for certain things. Like if you were just into horror flicks, you would just get horror flicks as the type of content that you provide. So because I was a dancer, that's what I was getting. I was getting private parties. I was doing bachelor parties, those kind of things. I was going into clubs. So when you head down a certain road of what you like to do, it's really hard to turn and pivot into a different kind of adult entertainment, and then sometimes you figure out what works best for you and what doesn't work best for you. Like I can't do the spanking. I cry way too much to do the spanking. Trust me. There was a time, guys. So a lot of that is knowing what you like and what you don't like, and being comfortable with yourself. Because once you start into porn, you don't start automatically with a dick in your butt. No. You start solo, and then you do girl, and then you'll do girl guy, and you'll work your way up to the harder stuff, but it's always based upon your comfort level. Now, you could make a lot of money if you're willing to take it in the ass, but
if you don't take it in your ass in your personal,
right,
it's not going to work on camera. You're not going to
do it. It's not. You're going to be uncomfortable.
They want girls. They want girls that can damn near gay, meaning that they can take it and they love it and they get off, because porn is becoming to a certain extent more extreme. And what I mean, some people can understand by extreme is they want to see more anal. They want to see gaping. They want to see. Hell, vomit became a damn thing lately.
Right. Well, that is all. It's unattainable by the normal individual. So when you jump into this kind of line in this kind of career, you have to be the best at what you can be, not the best of what society or what other people want to see. You have to bring it to a realistic expectation of yourself and own that. Because once you go down the road of the rabbit hole, you can't turn back.
Yeah.
You just can't. Just like you were saying.
And plus, you'd be surprised what you actually like if you tried it.
Right.
I'm just saying, you know, period. Because, like, even if things that I learned that I didn't realize that I actually enjoy is because of porn, you know, period. Certain things that females can do, you know, do to me, like, hey, I like being rode and she chokes me while she rides a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's stuff of that nature. It's kind of like, oh, shit, you know, period. Because it's, for one, it's the one space where sex work in general is the one space where it's kind of judgment free.
Exactly.
You know, because even in the strip club, they're there to see you get dirty. You know.
Yeah. People come to the platform that you're providing because of what you're providing. They come to the strip club to see a girl take off her clothes. They come to be entertained. They come to relax and get out of the hot sun, to have a beer, to just forget about their problems. So once you understand, like, somebody's watching porn, somebody's watching a particular type of porn because that's what they want to see. That's what they enjoy. And no matter how he gets into it, that person ultimately has the say over their body. They have the say of what kind of content they're producing. And so when you can own into it and you can lean into it and you can enjoy the stuff, you're going to see yourself succeed in an industry that is so hard, because it really is hard to come out on top.
because he get interesting, she said on top. On top, she said on top. So, but no, it's because even to the point, like, I like doing role play scenes. Because I mean, the reason why I say that, even with you, like, seeing you in the blazer, I'd be like, oh my God, it's just secretary,
CEO,
librarian,
nurse.
Yeah. CEO for sure. I had you as a politician. Right?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Politicians, you'd be like, yes, Senator Pixie. Yes, I would definitely protect your body. No, but I'm gonna tell you what was crazy. It's like people forgot about phone sex, which is funny as fuck. Because I did an interview with a lady on phones, Kayla, the phone sex dom, and all her shit is audio. It's like she does no video. Even if it's video, it's audio. And I was like, well, damn, phone sex still popping like that. But then when I talked to her, I said, it kind of makes sense. You know, because one, she's in the niche of BDSM. So that's one thing right there. But people don't realize that is a market that don't get tapped into.
She is providing a service. Yeah. And that service happens to be her voice. It happens to be her imagination. And a good storyteller like that is really, it's top of her game. It's in a niche that not everybody can do. It's harder to do because you can't rely on how pretty you are to for those voids. You know, when there's a lapse in speech, you have to keep moving, and it can really you have to be like the best at just like snapping and being quickly on your feet, because you don't have a titty to distract them with, or you know, a butt. You know, you don't have any of that. You just have like the power of who you are and the confidence you have to bring it forward.
Yeah, that's and perfect example of that is podcasting, because trust me, it's when I have to do a show by myself, it is I had to keep mine. I'm like, gotta keep going. Got to keep saying something. Have too much quiet time. Now you might have that dramatic pause part where you make a point, but you still don't want to go for so long out of this piece.
Right. You don't want to have too much open banter where there's just nothing. You want the conversation to be pithy and understandable and lead people on a journey. So I absolutely love being able to come in here and chat with you. You have any other questions for me?
See, if you ever thought about, you and Jay ever thought about doing a live show?
We do. Every time we record Next on Stage 1, we record it video. So there's not much that we edit out for the show.
No. Live show, meaning in front of fans.
Well, the problem is that his studio is very small and we don't have internet. So everything has to be recorded and then released.
No, because I've noticed, which is crazy as fuck, right? Because I never thought in the wildest dreams that podcasts can do tours. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's one thing you see a comedy tour, another thing music, but we talking about podcasting here, right? Because I think about like Horrible Decisions, Joe Budden podcast, saw Rory and Mal. I even been seeing a couple of, podcasts on the sexual side of things do like live shows where they might be at a small venue or what have you. And I was like, had you ever crossed your mind of doing something of that nature? Because I actually thought about it. I said, once I gain enough cachet, especially locally, I would do a live show, rent a spot, promote it, do a live show, what have you, period. And I know with you, one, you are known. So it's not just the podcast world, but I know probably locally where you at anyway, because of you being a dancer and you being in the club and one, which you are back now, what have you. So I just wonder if y'all ever thought about that.
No, we never thought about it. We still feel small and intimate. So, I mean, right now, it wouldn't be on our list. We'd probably do conventions before we did a live show. And
because that's why I hope like these porn conventions would actually have like a segment where we could do like, our show on stage. Mm-hmm. Because I think a lot of us,
or even a panel.
Yeah,
that would be really cool.
Yeah, because I call it the porn podcast, and the reason why, because of what we discuss. It ain't that we just discuss sexuality. We discuss sex work, porn, content creation, the whole nine. Right. Period. Like, we discuss stuff that probably Horrible Decisions or the ones that's at the top of sexuality don't discuss. You know what I'm saying? Because even with the list that I saw the countdown that y'all was on with Lily Craven, her countdown, with Lily Craven, sex talk with Lily. Phone sex with Lily, as well as Carol and Drew, the Hanky Panky podcast, Jizzy Talk. I can think of a couple of them. Even the ASN podcast, for what we discuss. So it's kind of like very surprised that, some of these, which something tell me that might start happening next year. Because our genre is growing, because more people are getting in it and more attention being brought to it. But I think that'd be cool with a panel. Yeah,
I think it'd be a great idea, especially in our realm. You see a lot of people that are podcasters that don't talk spicy stuff. They wouldn't drop an F-bomb. They wouldn't say pussy or anything. But yet they're getting promotion. They're getting their word out. I think that would really highlight the work that you're doing, the work that I'm doing. There's a lot of good that could come out of having a discussion like that. Yeah. And I think it's just more eyes on it is the better.
Yeah, because to me, it's kind of like, I was like, man, it would be nice if like they had a festival for us. I mean, but some tell me that's actually coming because, like I said, is more people want to know the behind the scenes of what we do. and they want to hear our stories.
Right.
You know, because like I said, even from my early days, like I see these talk about politics, music, movies, but the thing that moved the needle for me when I discussed my porn shit, I was like, damn, they really want to hear this shit. They really want to hear my stories. I'm like, really? Okay.
Right. People want to hear that because it's not talked about. And there's nothing wrong with what you've done. Mm-hmm. It's only dirty because somebody else has that preconceived notion. It's not, what I do is not dirty. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's something that I enjoy. So for me, it's not dirty. Yeah. And having a platform that tells people my side of the story, tells people other strippers and other entertainers' sides of the story, I think that is very important because I didn't do anything wrong. Everything I've ever done is in the legality of the system. I've had to play.
Actually, what we do is legal.
Everything I do is legal. Perfectly legal. I'm adult, dealing with adult things, and I don't involve anybody that doesn't consent and that can't consent. That's my whole show is all legal. Everything. It might not be legal in some other country, but where I live and what I do, I have no shame.
Yeah.
And I fucking love it. I love being me.
Yeah, because see, to me, we don't have the platform to really tell our stories.
Right.
You know, period. It's like, because when I think about all the other podcasts, you know, at the top of the game, I guess, when you consider it, they don't tell the story of what a sex worker has to go through. Or if they tell the story, it's so fucking negative. Right. And so dreary, which I understand there's a dark side to this business. There's a dark side to any business. There's a dark side to fucking wrestling.
Right.
Professional fucking wrestling. You know?
There's a dark side to being CEOs. There's a dark side to all kinds of stuff. And what's wrong with shining some positivity, some light from people who actually enjoy their fucking job?
Yeah, because I remember I used to listen to like some of the talk shows on TV. Like I think one was The View. They were talking about this when I think what's her damn name, Stormy Daniels, and just the way that they discussed her as a porn star, right? And I'm like, okay, do y'all realize that some of us have 9 to 5s, some of us have kids, some of us work jobs.
We pay bills. We
pay bill taxes.
All of that.
We're no different than y'all. We just have a little bit more extraordinary of a.
We just might be funner and have like you and I, we enjoy what we do, and it's so hard when we're combating negative press about what we're doing. And for those of you that are listening in, if you're getting into the business or you're in the business, enjoy what you're doing. Keep fucking doing it. Keep making the best quality content that you can. Keep telling your story. Keep talking to people. Stand up. Tell people how amazing you are, because it sucks when all you hear is negative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's sad that with the algorithm pushes, and that's what makes money. You know, ministry makes millions. I said that on one of my podcast episodes. Ministry make millions, and that is so true. So, but the good thing of it is I just had to send this shout out to the state of Kansas for their vote. Thank you, Kansas, for proving to all the Republicans and SCOTUS that motherfuckers want abortion. There you go. People want choice, people want choice. I had to put that in there. So, Miss Lady, tell everybody where they can find Pixie and find that wonderful podcast of yours.
So you can find me on Twitter at Next on Stage 1. If you Google Next on Stage 1, I'm there. You can find me on any podcatcher available. Next on Stage One is about the spicy adult entertainment nightlife, where two retired or semi-retired entertainers talk about all of the fun things that we've done. I got hit by a chair in the strip club once. My front teeth are fake. I've played the floor is lava in 6-inch stripper heels.
Wait.
And hit
with a chair?
What? I got hit with a chair. If you want to listen to that episode, that's season 1, episode 25.
Where go back to that. I got to hear that story.
You got to hear that story. Yeah. I got to tell you that me and my co-host, Mr. J, we have more than 40 years combined as adult entertainment. And we've been there. We've done everything. Jay has done video work. I've done some video work. I've done phone sex. I had my own sexy chat. I've been a cam girl. I really
love to see your video work. Something tell me you was a beast on camera, yo.
I was adorable. I was like 105 pounds soaking wet, big boobs, no ass.
Fucking on camera. Listen,
I was adorable. I was fucking adorable.
So you was fucking on camera. You was doing a boy-girl scene?
No, I was doing solo because.
Okay. I want to clarify this for my fans because they were like, "Wait a second, she had a dick in her mouth on camera?" Yeah. No, she had a.
Oh, it had plenty, but maybe not on camera. But but when it comes to that, when it comes to being lively and entertained, go into it, have fun. Listen to what other people have to say. Have an open mindset. Don't kink shame somebody's yum. Realistically, we as podcasters for Next on Stage One, we talk about all kinds of fun things. The new series is coming up in a couple of days. I'm gonna turn 42. We got season 4 that are heading up, and I've got a lot of podcasters that are interested. I got a lot of strippers that are interested. I got a semi-retired dominatrix that has been in the industry for years. She's coming on. Her daughter's going to come on the podcast, not at the same time, but it's fun to see the different kinds of stories that are just good stories that people are just waiting to hear about.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So people, another episode in the books, and I'm so happy to bring back my pod, mommy, Pixie, and we're gonna bring her back. We're gonna do video the next time. I'm gonna give a heads up so we can set that up, and you will only see that in the Premium Smoke Room, which is my subscription based the podcast. You can only see on Spotify. You can only see the videos on Spotify, and you can subscribe on Anchor. All you got to do is just type in anchor.com/smoke this over, and you'll see the subscription button. You hit it, $4.99 a month, 6 premium podcasts. I might need to get you on one of the premium podcasts also. I think Princess Habit would love chit-chatting with you. I think she'll love it and everything. So, yeah, I got a little small network. So with that being said, people, you know how we end this every day, all day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Tell everybody goodbye, Pixie, and thank you for coming.
Bye, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Men are so visual too. Like if you're just doing like a lot of, they just love it, and it's on their wallet.
It's like all I could hear was just slurs, not just racial slurs, like the F word, the N word, some other word I don't even know how to spell. Like a bunch of slurs, very derogatory words, calling people
like, buddy, like, this is too much. And we get ready to shoot. There's a camera behind me and a light, you know, like, that's all, you know, like the bright light. Every time I move away from it, you see the light. And I was like, can I please move it? And he was like, you know, afterward, he's like, you know, you can take the camera out editing. Nobody's trying to do that. Nobody has